streaming it on Twitch and stuff. It's pretty much an MMO, and you probably have seen it on my channel. I posted it, I think, twice or three times now. And I just wanted to talk about if it's, a good game, pretty much. I have reached max level, I think, about 2-3 days ago, and I just want to say if it's still fun. Now, before I say anything else, I have about 250 hours in the game, which is a lot. I have never put this much time in a game on the first month, and I think any game I've ever played. Here's also my, I guess, stats in the game. I have pretty much almost 100 rep on everything, or trade skill. I don't know what the word is, but I have pretty much 100 on everything except for I have literally 0 on jewel crafting, which I need to get up so I can make me some cool jewelry, so I have some better charms. I also have my arcana is not that high, and my fishing. Now, when I do level up fishing, I know it's gonna be a pain because it's gonna be so boring to get to 200. But my goal is to get to 200 on all of them. And if you don't know, 200 is the max. Now, to the main topic: is it fun? Yes. And I'm gonna say the pros and cons of this game. By the way, I'm not gonna be just biased, but from my experience, I still have a lot of fun on this game, and I play this game pretty much solo. None of my friends play it. They all did in the beginning, and then they stopped. But for me, I kept playing it, and the reason some people stopped is because they realized like this game's a grind. It really is, and they don't feel like putting that many hours in. See, I didn't really think about it like that. I kind of just got addicted and just kept playing. But I can say yes, it is a grind. And once you do reach like a certain, there is pretty much a threshold, I guess you can say, to max. Like you get max gear and everything, but that's like hundreds of hours into the game. Like I have 250 hours, and I'm still not even close to getting the max stuff. So that should say a lot. Now, is it worth it? I think it is. I for sure got the $40 worth out of this game when I bought it. So there's that. Second, pros and cons. I'm gonna start with the pros. If you play with friends, this game is really, really fun. You guys get to just run around, you can do wars, you can do PvP quests together, you can just do PvE quests, farm, and you don't gotta wait for people. Like, if you play solo like me, I always have to like type in the recruitment chat or go on a Discord and look for people to play with that'll help me with an expedition or help me with a certain like elite quest. And sometimes you just run into people that are in the area, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm down, or they'll be doing the same thing as you. So there's that. Another thing is, even if you play solo, like I said, it's still really fun. And if you're like one of those people that likes to, do quests, and even if you just like doing PvP stuff, I think you'll like this game. Another pro, I guess. I don't really like have specific things. I don't know exactly, but all I can say is that there's so much content in this game that I don't know. And I know people say there isn't, but there really is. If you look in, like, you can level up your trade skills. You can, start getting, what's it called? Trade in like the trading post and get your money up. You can get your reputation in each territory up. You can get your faction level up. By the way, I don't know if I said, but in my faction I'm a syndicate, and I got to max rank right now. And I'll talk more about that in the cons, because there's a con for something around that topic. But yeah, you can do that. You can farm for better gear. You can farm just for like gems, and you can mine, to get ores, build stuff, craft. If you don't feel like, you don't feel like doing any quests, you could just take a break, go craft if you want. say is for pros, I just think it's a fun game. Now there are cons. There's actually a few cons that I noticed. One con is the game is, I don't think it's not very buggy. It is buggy because I've seen people say it's very buggy. From my experience, I haven't experienced that many bugs. The only ones that I can think of were like when I was climbing up a mountain. Sometimes I would glitch inside the mountain and I would be stuck inside. But when that happens, you can just there's a feature called Unstuck in the game menu, and when you press that, you can just teleport back out, which is really cool. And then another one is recently, just the update, my game has been crashing. It crashed 3 times, and one of the times was when I was in an expedition, which kind of sucked, but it was fine because when I logged back in, it put me right back into the expedition, so I didn't have to redo the whole thing. But yeah, I crashed 3 times since the update, so I noticed that, and they said they're gonna fix that. So, but before that, I've never crashed once. It was just since this recent update, which today, as me recording this, it is October 30th, and I think when you get this video, it'll be Halloween. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's crashes at the moment, and honestly, before this update, there was not a lot of bugs. I'm being honest. Not from my knowledge. There is one quest that I'm on that is actually bugged that still needs to be fixed. That has been, I guess, a thing since the beginning of the game. But there's a quest in Rigwater in a cave, and you have to like defend from, I think, maroon pirates or something. And there's like purple ghosts you have to fight, but they're glitched because there's like 15 on top of each other when there's just supposed to be 2, I think, or maybe 4 max. But for some reason, when you fight them, they start duplicating, and there's literally 15 of them just yanking on you, like just whacking you, and you have no chance. You need like a whole squad with you there just to kill that little quest. And I still haven't done it because I haven't found anybody to help me with that, but it's fine. Another con is that yes, the player base is actually for sure died out since the beginning. Like there's millions on the first few days, and then now it's like dwindled down, and that makes sense. That's with any game. Every game it's like that. They'll have a lot of players in the beginning, and then everyone will be like, nah, I don't want to play anymore, or they don't like it, or something, or they don't have time. But that's not to say there's not new players. There's a lot of times where I'm like running in the world and I see like level 10s and stuff, and there's like 17s, and I'm like, yeah, there's still new players. They just, not as much as before, obviously. Now, what I want to see is like a server merge, because I think that would make it where like there's a ton of players. But who knows? I don't know when they'll do that. I'm pretty sure they will someday, but I don't know when. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Something about, the game is dying out a little, obviously. That's with any game. But there's still a few players that are on, like a couple thousand, in my server at least. Honestly, that's the only cons I can think of, is like, there's not as many players, and there are some bugs. But other than that, like, the game I think is really good. One more thing, trading posts. This is like a specific thing in the game. If you don't know what it is, a trading post, well, not a trading post, a town board, there we go. If you don't know, in each area, there's a settlement, and in each settlement, there is a town board. Now, in a town board, there are little, like, missions you can do to get your town rep up. Now, to get your town standing, territory standing is what they use for town rep or whatever. But you complete on the town boards. Because right now, in the beginning, there used to be like 12 quests you can do, or whatever they're called, on each town board. Now, you're lucky if you get 6. Right now, I only got 3 in Monarch's Bluffs, which is what I'm trying to level up right now. Because I want to get more storage in my, in that place. Also, I want to decrease my property tax because I own a house there. But yeah, that's the only other thing I can think of is the town board. I really want that to be just automatic. I don't want it to be depending on a company to like add more quests, because they're not gonna care for something like Monarch's Bluffs. They'd rather spend the money, because you have to spend like coin just to put quests on top. But anyways, that's just the only cons I can think of. But I think the pros, in my opinion, outweigh the cons. But then again, that's my opinion. I really like the game. I think it's a very fun game. So I hope this shined a light on if you still want to play this game or not. I don't know. There are a lot of level 60s already, but there also are still a few like low level people that I've seen around this area, around the world in the game. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please sure to drop a like and sub.